temperature for the month of July 2026. So before we proceed for the outlook for July, let us have a look about the activities that occurred in the month of June. As all of us know, June is the month when southwest monsoon advances over different parts of the country. So this year, southwest monsoon entered into Andaman Nicobar Islands on 16th of May. Thereafter, gradually covering Arabian Sea and Bay of Bengal, monsoon onset took place over Kerala on 4th June with a delay of 4 days. That is 3 days actually, sorry, 3 days, as the normal date of onset of monsoon is the 1st June. Then southeast monsoon continued to advance over South India. But after that, there was a hiatus for about 10 to 15 days. And then the second spell started a few days back. And now, as of today, it has covered the entire South India and Northeast India, Eastern India, some parts of Central India, or you can say many parts of Central India, and some parts of Northwest India. It has covered today even up to parts of Ladakh, Himachal Pradesh, and Uttarakhand, and northern parts of UP, and here, of course, many parts of Madhya Pradesh. Now, conditions are also favorable for further advance of southeast monsoon into remaining parts of Uttarakhand, Himachal Pradesh, and Ladakh, and some more parts of Gujarat, Madhya Pradesh, and Uttar Pradesh. And entire Daman and Diu, Jammu and Kashmir also to be covered. Most parts of Haryana, Chandigarh, and Delhi, Punjab, and some parts of Rajasthan also expected to be covered during the next 2 to 3 days. So you may ask why, because if you just look at the rainfall progress also, for the last 2 to 3 days, rainfall has gradually increased, and for the first time we'll see in the slides afterwards, it is touching the normal rainfall on daily basis from today. So if I look at the monsoon progress over the country, what I find that there is a delay of about 10 days in parts of Central India and Northwest India. Now let us look at the rainfall so far in the month of June, that is up to 30th June. You can find out on the right-hand side, and this is the state rainfall map. On the left-hand side, it is the district-wise rainfall map. So what you find that district-wise rainfall map suggests that there has been normal to excess rainfall activity in say about 50% of districts in South Peninsular India, and some districts in East and Northeast India. And in the western part, actually, especially West MP and Rajasthan, East Rajasthan and Northwest Rajasthan, they have got good rainfall activity, along with Ladakh and Jammu and Kashmir, and some parts of Punjab and Himachal Pradesh. So state-wise, if you just look at them, Andhra Pradesh and Rajasthan, Southern West Bengal, and Sikkim, they have got good rainfall activity, that is normal rainfall activity, along with Andaman Nicobar Islands and Lakshadweep. So many states have the deficient rainfall activity. Ladakh has got excess rainfall activity. Now let us look at all India rainfall activity. And the first diagram at the top left-hand side, you will find that there is a red line. Red line indicates the normal rainfall, daily normal rainfall based on data of 1971 to 2020. And the bars, blue bars, indicate the actual rainfall on daily basis. But you find that except on 5th June, all the days in the month, the rainfall was below the red line. That means below the long period average. So rainfall therefore has become continuously below the long period average except 5th June, or rather I will say after 5th June. But now, luckily, on 30th June, you will find that it is just inching towards the red line. It is becoming normal. And if I analyze day by day basis, I will find that there was a peak on 5th June, then another peak came on 12th June, and then third peak came on 24th June. Now another peak is coming up, and I'm sure rainfall will increase further tomorrow. And gradually, for the first 1 week of July, we are expecting good rainfall activity over the country. It is mainly because of a low pressure system expected over the North Bay of Bengal, and already a cyclone circulation is formed over Bangladesh and adjoining North Bay of Bengal. And not that influence low pressure will form, and monsoon will be activated during next 1 week, leading to the further advance of monsoon and also the activity of monsoon. So if I look at the rainfall in different meteorological homogeneous regions, and then country as a whole, it is minus 39.8 actually, when it went up to the maximum of minus 43%. So there was apprehension. Our media friends also, some of the media friends asked us whether it will be a record breaking, but it did not. It has climbed down from that, and now it has ended with minus 39.8 or roughly minus 40%. Northwest India, it is minus 31.2. East and Northeast India is minus 39.9. Central India, it is minus 50.4. And South Peninsula is minus 27.1. So that means the Central India has been worst affected compared to other homogeneous regions. Now, if I look at the rainfall anomaly over the core monsoon region, which is mainly the rainfed area, you can say. So there, what you find actually, even though it is within one standard deviation of the normal, but most of the days it laid below normal side. The rainfall was less than normal always. And today only, on 30th June, you can find out in the core monsoon zone, it has gone up above normal, that is zero line, above the zero line. And of course, in the beginning of the month, there are 2 days when it was above the zero line. Now, if I look at different homogeneous regions, first in Northwest India, you will find that the rainfall gradually increases as the season advances towards June. But what you find that there are only say 5 days when rainfall was above the normal or near the normal. The remaining days, Northwest India, rainfall was less. Similarly, if I consider East and Northeast India, it was 4 days only when it was touching or just crossing the red line, that means near normal. The remaining days, it was below normal rainfall activity. Central India, if I just look at it, it's 3 days only when it crossed the red line. And over South Peninsular India, of course, it has crossed 9 days. So therefore, relatively, South Peninsular India has better distribution and rainfall activity. And Central India was worst affected if you look at also day-to-day basis rainfall progress during the month of June. Here's a huge gap in Central India. You see, rainfall was less than even 1.5 or 1 millimeter, when normal was around 5 to 6 millimeter every day. This is a huge gap in this area. But it has started improving after 23 June, or from 23 June onwards, you can say that rainfall has started improving over Central India. Now, the point is, what are the reasons then? Why the rainfall was deficient by about 40% in the month of June? The first and foremost thing is that the regional feature, if I look at Mrutyunjay oscillation, which increases the convection over the region, it was not favorable. So there are 8 phases. Phase 8 and 1 indicates that it is over Africa. Mrutyunjay oscillation was active over Africa, not over Bay of Bengal, Arabian Sea. If it lies in phase 2, 3, 4, and 5, which represents equatorial region nearby to Arabian Sea, Bay of Bengal, and maritime continent, like say up to Indonesia, Philippines, etc., then Indian monsoon becomes active. India gets more rainfall activity. So please remember 2, 3, 4, 5. But in the month of June, it was in phase 8 and 1, you can say in many occasions, and therefore it was not favoring, it was suppressing the convection over Indian region. There was no low pressure system. Usually you will get 13 to 14 low pressure systems in the season, and you may get 2 to 3 low pressure systems in the month of June. But this year, there was no low pressure system, there was no cyclone in the pre-monsoon season. Then typhoon activity over West Pacific region was above normal. Usually, the remnants of the typhoon developing over the Northwest Pacific travel towards Andaman Sea or North Bay of Bengal, and they again intensify into low pressure depressions, etc. about 70% of such development takes place in the monsoon season. But in the month of June, all these typhoons, though their number was quite high, above normal, they moved towards northwest. That means they moved towards North China or towards Japan or towards Korea, etc. And hence there was no such remnants moving towards Indian region. And hence the low pressure system also quite less over the Bay of Bengal. There was a negative impact on rainfall activity due to development of El Nino. El Nino developed, and as you remember, on June 10, we gave the declaration that weak El Nino condition has developed over the Pacific. And there is a proof that it influenced the atmospheric circulation negatively, and hence caused the adverse impact on the monsoon. And the Indian Ocean dipole, which is in neutral phase, it continued to be in neutral phase. Therefore, it could not help in mitigating the adverse impact of the El Nino. So these are the basic large-scale processes which were responsible for deficient rainfall in June. Now, if you look at the all-India rainfall during June, you will find that yes, it was below normal, but it was not the lowest. It was the fifth lowest since 1901. It was lowest in 2009, which is also an El Nino year, and it was 1905, then 2014, then 1926. So all-India rainfall was the fifth, in that sense, fifth lowest, considered data from 1901 to 2026. Now, if I look at rainfall over East and Northeast India, then there also it was the lowest since 1901. Rainfall was lowest in the last 126 years, and it was 197.5. Now, before that, it was 2009, which was also El Nino year, then 2019, 2014, and 1979. Now, if I look at the central India, it was the seventh lowest rainfall since 1901. So, the previous years, if I look at 1923, which is also El Nino year, it was 46.2 millimeter rainfall for central India. Then 1926, 1905, 1902, 1914, 1924, etc. So these are the years which recorded the lowest rainfall. Sorry. Now let us look at the distribution of heavy rainfall activity. The red one indicates extreme heavy rainfall, more than 20 centimeter, and blue one are the very heavy rainfall, that is 12 to 20 centimeter, and heavy rainfall is 7 to 11 centimeters, and that is the green one. What to find that the number was quite less comparing past 5 years, 2022, 23, 24, 25 with 26. This year it was 109 such events, whereas there was 230 in 2022, 429 in 2023, 284 in 2024, and 432 in 2025. So heavy rainfall activity also has been significantly less in June. Similarly, extreme heavy rainfall was also lowest with 13 events during the month of June. And that occurred only recently, if you remember, in Maharashtra, Konkan area, Mumbai and adjoining areas, and southern West Bengal and Meghalaya. These two areas also got extreme heavy rainfall. Now let us look at the temperature during June. As rainfall activity was less, the temperature was quite high in different parts of the country, except the Northwest India. So what about Northwest India? As I showed you, rainfall was also good. Northwest India, especially East, especially West Rajasthan and West Madhya Pradesh and Rajasthan. That was mainly because of the western disturbances. And these western disturbances caused cooling, and hence maximum temperature anomaly was negative over Northwest India, especially plains of Northwest India. Otherwise, it was positive and higher in the remaining parts of the country. Same the case in case of minimum temperature deviations from normal, and accordingly, the mean temperature was also like that. Now let us look at the comparison. If I look at all India temperature since 1901, then it is not a record-breaking temperature this year. It was maximum temperature 15th rank and minimum temperature 19th, and minimum temperature was 18th rank. So Northwest India, similarly, it was not a record-breaking temperature because there was continuous rain. East and Northeast India, actually, it was record breaking in the sense that it was the sixth highest temperature since the data of 1901. And minimum temperature was 10th highest, and mean temperature was 6th highest for East and Northeast India. Central India, similarly, there is no such record-breaking temperature, but South Peninsular India, minimum temperature was 7th highest. You can understood because cloudiness was more, and hence minimum temperature was higher, and mean temperature accordingly was also the 8th highest. Now let us look at the time series of the monthly average maximum, minimum, and mean temperatures. So this is for all India. So what you find here, I've already discussed in the previous slide. It is not a record-breaking temperature. You can find out how the variation was since 1901. Now this is the case for East and Northeast India. Yes, you can see that there is continuously warming for last 4 years. If you just look at temperature has been above normal over East and Northeast India in terms of both mean temperature and maximum temperature. So I may tell you that Northeast India is getting less rainfall in monsoon season if you look at the trend in the recent years, especially last 3 decades. If you look at, you can also find out here how the temperature has been quite high since 2009 onwards. Almost past 15 years, temperature has been above normal, except in between 3 years here. Now let us look at temperature of South Peninsular India. So here also it was the 7th highest in minimum temperature. You can find that yes, Peninsular India is also getting higher minimum temperature. The night temperature is warmer for last 4 years, but not the mean temperature. Now let us look at the heat wave forecast. What happened actually? We gave the heat wave forecast for the month of June. If you remember, this was the heat wave forecast left-hand side diagram. It shows that along the Indo-Gangetic plains, we can expect the heat wave conditions, and also along the east coast, we can expect the heat wave conditions. For Gujarat, also we can expect. Rajasthan, there should not be any heat wave conditions. So if I look at the climatology, was Northwest India should have more heat wave conditions. And actual, what happened actually? If I look at different meteorological subdivision-wise, you can find that in the Indo-Gangetic plains, especially UP and Bihar, there was heat wave conditions. Odisha, Andhra Pradesh, there was heat wave conditions. In the central part of countries, especially Madhya Maharashtra, Vidarbha, Marathwada, and Telangana, there was heat wave conditions. But frequency was quite less, except Vidarbha frequency was 7, and East UP frequency was quite high. So you can see that more or less the pattern could be identified in the heat wave forecast, which was issued for the month of June. And also there was no heat wave condition in Rajasthan and Madhya Pradesh as it was predicted. So however, number of heat wave conditions was not quite high. Number of heat wave conditions was as predicted, it was 2 to 3 degrees above normal, but over East UP and Bidar, it was higher than normal. In other ways, there was near normal heat wave conditions. Vidarbha and East UP had the higher than normal heat wave conditions. Now, let us look at the rainfall forecast verification for the month of June. On the right-hand side, this is the forecast map. If you remember, we predicted last 29th of May. And left-hand side, this is the forecast. This is the actual rainfall. So what do you find actually? So here this yellow and this orange color, actually it is yellow color, all are same in many parts, or you can say many parts yellow depicted in the forecast is also similar with the realized rainfall pattern. And similarly, the higher rainfall activity is predicted for Eastern Peninsula region that is realized here. You can find out blue and green color here. And Northwest India here we predicted, and also you can find out some area here. But there is some displacement here towards Rajasthan. So instead of occurring over Punjab, Himachal Pradesh, and Jammu and Kashmir, Lakshadweep, the belt shifted towards the south, and therefore higher rainfall activity occurred over Rajasthan and West Madhya Pradesh. So therefore, as I find that there is a spatial dislocation in our forecast with respect to Rajasthan, or you can say with respect to Northwest India. Otherwise, remaining parts of the country forecast was correct. Now let us look at the maximum temperature forecast. On right hand side is the realized temperature category, and right hand side is the forecast category. We'll find that as predicted that many parts will have above normal temperature that has happened. In the northwest India, our forecast was there will be normal to below normal temperature over parts of Jammu and Kashmir, Himachal, Punjab, and Uttarakhand, but it has occurred in more places. So here model actually over predicted temperature, and it was normal to be normal temperature over Rajasthan and West MP because of the thunderstorm activity in association with western disturbances, which could not be predicted by the model. Similarly, over Rajasthan, similarly over Bihar and southern West Bengal, Sikkim, it was predicted that it was below normal, but actually it became above normal maximum temperature. Considering the minimum temperature, similarly over northwest India, I would say in general, I'll tell you temperature has fell over northwest India. Temperature prediction has fell over northwest India. Otherwise, it is predicted well over remaining parts of the country. Now let us look at the sea surface temperature distribution and the ENSO conditions over the Pacific. As you know that Indian monsoon is monitored with NINO 3.4 sea surface temperature conditions, and that NINO 3.4 area, if we just look at this is the area where you have also higher than normal sea surface temperature. Sea surface temperature has become warmer in most of the global oceans. Equatorial sea surface temperature were near to above normal in the Atlantic and Indian Oceans. Equatorial Pacific positive sea surface temperature also amplified the deadline to the Eastern Pacific. So entire you can see here from here itself towards the South America, this equatorial region, all are warmer. So Central and Eastern Pacific, Eastern Equatorial Pacific, Central and Eastern Equatorial Pacific were warmer, and there was onset of El Nino conditions, and 10th June we declared that. And now if I look at the progress here, you can also find out that NINO 3.4 regions, it has started warming up from the April itself, and now it crossed the value of the threshold in June. Now let us look at the Pacific Sea subsurface, that's below the upper level of the water. So there also you will find that the temperature is quite high. The equatorial upper ocean heat anomaly, if you just look at it, is higher than normal. You can find here also, especially Central and East Equatorial Pacific region. In the subsurface water also temperature is quite high. So therefore this indicates that it will sustain this El Nino condition, and it will gradually increase in intensity as we move towards the end of the monsoon season. So here the same thing is being shown here, how it is propagating over the period of time. Now let us ENSO and IOD forecast. If I just look at already ENSO has started, so therefore 100% you can find out here, and there is a chance for ENSO conditions. It will continue till the early spring of next year, and the strength of El Nino condition also will increase. Now you can see from different models here, we have shown that it is going to increase. So what will happen in July then? Weak monsoon, weak El Nino condition in the month of June. Our prediction is that it will be moderate El Nino condition in the month of July and August, and it will become strong El Nino condition in the month of September. So the models are also anonymous towards their directions, anonymous. Now if you look at IOD conditions here, so what you find that at present neutral Indian Ocean dipole conditions are prevailing, and we are expecting that neutral Indian Ocean dipole conditions may prevail. But you see in this map, there are many models also who are indicating that it will go towards positive Indian Ocean dipole. So it may so happen that we are predicting that it will be neutral IOD conditions till the end of monsoon season, but it may so happen that in the month of September, it can become positive Indian Ocean dipole, if you go by the predictions by different models. So it is more or less neutral to positive Indian Ocean dipole conditions that are likely. So in the second half of the monsoon season, mainly towards September, you can have the positive Indian Ocean dipole. The same is the prediction by Bureau of Meteorology, Australia. Now this is the sea surface temperature forecast June and September based on India's model, that is Monsoon Mission Climate Forecast System. It is also in agreement with that. It is also indicating that there will be increasing chance for the intensification of the El Nino becoming moderate to strong as you move towards that. but certainly it will be strong in the post-monsoon season, that is October, November, and December. So this is 3.4 region forecast for different ensemble members. Similarly, this is the forecast by Monsoon Mission Climate Forecast System run in IMD, developed by Minister of Earth Sciences. It also indicating that the green color is having the highest probability, that means neutral international dipole conditions is expected. Unlike other global ocean models, they are indicating that positive IOD is possible towards the second half, or especially towards the month of September. But in one thing you can see that here the ensemble members in this MMCFS model are varying. There is a large variation, large spread among the models. But there is some kind of unanimity that it will be more than zero, index will be more than zero. That is in the positive side. Whether it will become positive international dipole or not, it will be always positive side. So therefore, there is a good sign towards that it will happen in the second half of monsoon season or towards the September. Now, Southern Oscillation Index, which is a measure of the impact of El Nino in the atmosphere, so you find that it is negative. It is roughly about -24 or so. If the Southern Oscillation Index is below -7, then it indicates the El Nino conditions. That means it is indicating that the atmosphere is already being influenced by the El Nino conditions. Now let us come to the probability forecast of rainfall during July 2026. So what you find that we're expecting good rainfall activity over the east central area. So if you look at the eastern part of Vidarbha and Marathwada, Telangana, the Andhra Pradesh, and Tamil Nadu, and Chhattisgarh, and Odisha, here you can find out blue and green colors, and some parts of MP also. So these areas are expected to have normal to above normal rainfall activity. Similarly, some parts of northeastern states like say Sikkim and Arunachal Pradesh, and some parts of Manipur and Mizoram, there can be normal to above normal rainfall. And here you can have normal to above normal activity over Ladakh and adjoining Jammu and Kashmir and Himachal Pradesh. Otherwise, remaining areas we are expecting below normal rainfall activity. And white spots, what you find there, models do not have the strength, models do not have any signal of predictions. That means in the MP, Bihar, and Rajasthan, there are certain areas where model is not able to predict what will happen in the month of July. So in general, what I want to say that if I consider the average rainfall activity in the month of July, it is indicating that it will be below normal, or it is most likely to be below normal. When I say below normal, its meaning is that rainfall in the month of July is expected to be less than 94% of the long period average. July is the rainiest month during the monsoon season, and we get about 280.4 millimeter rainfall based on data of 1971 to 2020. Now let us consider the maximum temperature. Now maximum temperature, you can find out that it is above normal prediction for most parts of the country, except some parts of the west central India, especially Saurashtra, Kutch and adjoining areas, and some points along the west coast, also in northwest India here. Minimum temperature, if I consider, same is the case. We are expecting above normal minimum temperatures, except certain isolated pockets in central India and northeast India and northwest India. अभी मैं आपको थोड़ा हिंदी में बताने के लिए कोशिश करूंगा। जुलाई 2026 के दौरान वर्षा का संभावित पूर्वानुमान। जुलाई 2026 के दौरान पूरे देश में औसत मासिक वर्षा सामान्य से नीचे दीर्घावधि औसत यानी लॉन्ग पीरियड एवरेज का 94% से कम होने की सबसे अधिक संभावना है। 1971 से 2020 तक आंकड़ा के आधार पर जुलाई में पूरे देश में बारिश का लॉन्ग पीरियड एवरेज लगभग 280.4 मिलीमीटर होता है। क्षेत्र के हिसाब से देखें तो देश के ज्यादातर हिस्सों में सामान्य से कम बारिश होने की संभावना है, सिवाय उत्तर पश्चिम और उत्तर पूर्व भारत, पूर्व मध्य भारत और पूर्वी प्रायद्वीपीय क्षेत्र के कुछ इलाकों के जहां सामान्य या सामान्य से ज्यादा बारिश होने का संभावना है। अधिकतम तापमान की बात करें, जुलाई 2026 के दौरान देश के ज्यादातर हिस्सों में महीने का अधिकतम तापमान सामान्य से ज्यादा रहने की संभावना है, सिवाय पश्चिम मध्य भारत के कुछ अलग अलग इलाकों के जहां अधिकतम तापमान सामान्य या सामान्य से कम रहने का उम्मीद है। देश के जमीन हिस्से में सफेद रंग से दिखाए गए इलाकों के लिए मॉडल से कोई संकेत नहीं मिलता है। जुलाई 2026 के दौरान देश के ज्यादातर हिस्सों में महीना का न्यूनतम तापमान सामान्य से ज्यादा रहने की संभावना है, सिवाय मध्य और पूर्वोत्तर भारत के कुछ अलग अलग इलाकों के, जहां न्यूनतम तापमान सामान्य रहने की उम्मीद है। अभी आज का जो पूर्वानुमान है अगले 7 दिन के लिए ये है कि हम एक अपर सेकंड सर्कुलेशन डिक्लेयर किए हैं बांग्लादेश, साउथ बांग्लादेश और एडजॉइनिंग नॉर्थ बे ऑफ बंगाल पे, और इसके प्रभाव में एक लो प्रेशर एरिया अराउंड 3rd of जुलाई नॉर्थ वेस्ट बे ऑफ बंगाल में डेवलप होना है। और ये लो प्रेशर एरिया जो नॉर्थ वेस्ट बे ऑफ बंगाल डेवलप होता है मानसून सीजन में, ये फेवरेबल होता है मानसून के लिए, और इसके प्रभाव में एंटायर सेंट्रल इंडिया पेनिनसुला में रेनफॉल बढ़ जाता है। इसके कारण जो हेवी रेनफॉल एक्टिविटी है वही बढ़ेगा, स्टार्टिंग विथ ओडिशा एंड वेस्ट बंगाल अप टू गुजरात एंड महाराष्ट्र, across मध्य प्रदेश, छत्तीसगढ़। सो अकॉर्डिंगली डे वाइज फोरकास्ट आप ये देख रहे हैं, ऑरेंज कलर वार्निंग हम दिए हैं आज के दिन में, और रेड कलर वार्निंग दिया गया है महाराष्ट्र और गुजरात के लिए, स्पेशली 2 तारीख से शुरू करके 5 तारीख तक, और ये स्पेशली अंडर द इन्फ्लुएंस ऑफ लो प्रेशर सिस्टम है। सो ये पहला लो प्रेशर सिस्टम होगा, और लो प्रेशर सिस्टम जब आता है ऐसे वाइड स्प्रेड रेनफॉल एक्टिविटी होता है, सो हम लोग सतर्क रहना चाहिए। ज्यादा बारिश से जैसे कोई विपरीत परिस्थितियां डेवलप होता है जिसका मुकाबला करें, जैसे कोंकण एरिया में हम ज्यादा बारिश एक्सपेक्ट कर रहे हैं, ऑलरेडी एक्सपेल हो चुका है। सो ये एरिया प्रोन है लैंडस्लाइड वगैरह के लिए, और हाईली पॉपुलेटेड एरिया है, मेजर सिटी है मुंबई, सो वी शुड टेक केयर ऑफ दैट। सिमिलर गुजरात एरिया में भी मेजर सिटी है, अहमदाबाद है, सूरत है, और बारिश अभी हुआ नहीं, और वी आर एक्सपेक्टिंग कंटिन्यूअस रेनफॉल एक्टिविटी फॉर दैट रीजन, स्पेशली ड्यूरिंग 2nd to 5th of July. So we should be careful and take all actions for that period. The rainfall activity अभी जो ज्यादा चल रहा है नॉर्थ ईस्टर्न स्टेट्स में, अभी वो कंटिन्यू करेगा आज, और धीरे धीरे इसका एक्टिविटी कम होगा। जैसे ही लो प्रेशर डेवलप होगा वहाँ एक्टिविटी कम हो जाएगा और एक्टिविटी बढ़ेगा सेंट्रल इंडिया और वेस्टर्न इंडिया और पेनिनसुलर इंडिया में। दूसरा एक परिस्थिति ऐसा आएगा कि नॉर्थ ईस्ट इंडिया में आपका बारिश कम हो जाएगा, आसमान खुला रहेगा, टेम्परेचर बढ़ेगा, सो हीट वेव कंडीशन डेवलप हो सकता है नॉर्थ ईस्ट इंडिया में, स्पेशली बिकॉज ऑफ द हाई ह्यूमिडिटी इन दिस रीजन एट दैट टाइम। सो डिस्कम्फर्ट ज्यादा होगा, लोग सतर्क होना चाहिए। हीट वेव और हॉट डे, और यू कैन से discomfort because of the increasing humidity and rising temperature. So ये इन जनरल ये सभी हमारा सतर्क सूचना है। इसके साथ साथ अभी जैसे मानसून एडवांस कर रहा है, हम प्रोग्रेस बता रहे हैं कि अगले 3-4 दिन में मानसून नॉर्थ वेस्ट इंडिया में प्रवेश कर जाएगा और ज्यादा हिस्सा में, जैसे हम बोले हैं कि हरियाणा, चंडीगढ़, दिल्ली, यूपी वगैरह में प्रवेश करेगा, राजस्थान कुछ से प्रवेश करेगा, और मध्य प्रदेश से ज्यादा ऐसा प्रवेश करेगा। जब ऐसे मानसून एडवांस होता है वो थंडरस्टॉर्म के साथ आता है। So because atmosphere is very warm now, and when there will be a rush of monsoonal humid winds, so mixture of two types of winds will lead to very intense thunderstorm activity and lightning, etc. So people should be cautious. We should take all actions to keep ourselves safe during this phase for next 7 days. So thank you very much for your kind attention. If you have got any questions and comments, we can take up now.
Sir, hi, this is Alin from PTI.
Yes.
Sir, I just wanted to ask, you said that there has been a deficit of 40% in rainfall in June, and even in July, there will be, below normal rainfall. So what can be the impact of this on Kharif crops?
तो वो तो हमारा जो एग्रोमेट एडवाइजरी सर्विसेज वी आर प्रोवाइडिंग, देयर वी आर मेंशनिंग अबाउट द गाइडेंस, and this guidance is prepared by the Ministry of Agriculture. We prepared this in consultation with state and central ministries, state and central agricultural universities, and our experts. While we are responsible for providing weather forecast, they are responsible for providing the advisories. So in general, there will be the water stress, and hence there will be need for in a well thought out process, the ensuring the availability of water through irrigation or whatever possible. There could be certain steps. Perhaps Ministry of Agriculture has prepared the action plans for that. I'll suggest to contact them. But in general, I can tell you that the water stress has to be met with, number one. Number two is that the short duration variety of the crops may be thought of, and if possible, the change of crop also that could be taken care of. But in details, I cannot tell you. It is the mandate and responsibility, and they are already taking up the actions. But we will be providing information every Tuesday and Friday for the next 15 days forecast and advisory to the farmers.
Okay, sir. Thank you so much.
Sir, Rekha Dixit here, sir, from Shastra Magazine.
Yes, madam.
Sir, this month, June has been different from other June in North India because of the high humidity. This is one of the first times that we've been really focusing on wet bulb temperature. Can you tell us whether this has been a shift? It has been one of the driest months, but it is also a very humid month. Can you tell us whether there has been a shift weather-wise?
No, madam, there is no such shift. I will tell you, it is not one of the driest month. Northwest India has got good rainfall.
No, I didn't mean dry. I meant it may not have rained, but the humidity is very high. No,
it was raining. I'll tell you. See, Rajasthan, if you look at, Madhya Pradesh, if you look at, they have got good rainfall activity. And that's why, if you look at Central India, has been worst affected in terms of rainfall. For Northeast India, got rainfall activity was not so much affected because of the western disturbances coming again and again. That is the reason why it was humid. So it was hot and humid, but heat of conditions did not prevail over such a high number in Northeast India. It was only 1 or 2 days. You can find out in Punjab, Haryana, and West UP. So Rajasthan, there was no heat wave conditions. West MP, there was no heat wave conditions. But with respect to your questions, whether it was different, no, it is not different. It is a variability of the weather. Year to year it varies, and this year in the month of June, western disturbances were active, which led to thunderstorm activity, hence fall in temperature. But in between, when there was no thunderstorm activity, temperature was rising up, but it did not fulfill the condition for heat wave conditions. But the feel-like temperature, as we talked about, the discomfort because of the humidity, that was high, and that was being provided regularly by IMD through different channels.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
सर
आशीष जी
पुणे सर सर महाराष्ट्र में बहुत कम बारिश हुई है पुणे में पूरे महाराष्ट्र में जो -50% हुई है जून में तो अभी जुलाई में कैसा रहेगा सर महाराष्ट्र में
वही आप तो I have shown you the map. It is showing that Bidar and adjoining areas will have normal to abnormal rainfall activity, and remaining parts of the country, especially Madhya Maharashtra, Konkan, it will be less than normal, below normal.
Thank you.
सर मयूरेश बोल रहा हूँ।
यस मयूरेश जी,
आपने एक्सटेंडेड रेंज इस बार नहीं बताया, तो एक्सटेंडेड रेंज का कैसे रहेगा एमजेओ की कंडीशन? जैसे आपने बताया कि
एक्सटेंडेड रेंज नहीं बताया हमें इसलिए कि एक्सटेंडेड रेंज यूजुअली इट इज इशूड इन थर्सडे, ओके, and today is Tuesday, and the last extended forecast has already been circulated to everyone. So we'll come up with the extended forecast on Thursday only, and that will be circulated to all of you. Okay, but 1 week forecast, I can tell you, 1 week forecast suggests that there will be good rainfall activity for next 1 week, especially Central India and Peninsular India will have good rainfall activity because of this expected low pressure system. So this compensation, which has started for last 2 to 3 days, it has come down from 43% to now 40%. 3% improvement has been there. It will further improve during the next 1 week.
But will it be continued for further like
that I cannot tell now. I can tell only with the external forecast. But I expect that if I little go ahead with whatever forecast paper for next 10 days, you can have good rainfall activity. And at least 7 days it will have good rainfall activity. It may extend up to 10 days.
Is the favorable?
Yes.
हेलो
Yes,
सर,
please.
नमस्ते। गुजरात से
Is NGO favorable for next few days for Indian
Yeah, it
Ocean?
will be Thursday itself. Thursday itself, you will find the external range forecast.
Okay.
Thank you.
हेलो नमस्ते सर, मैं अहमदाबाद गुजरात से लक्ष्मण बात कर रहा हूँ, न्यूज़ 18 गुजराती से।
Yes, Lakshman ji.
सर मैं ये जानना चाहता था कि आज से गुजरात में बारिश का जो स्पेल शुरू हुआ है
हम्म,
वो
ये कंटिन्यू करेगा।
अभी कितने दिनों तक हम उम्मीद कर सकते हैं? क्योंकि अभी जो नॉर्थ गुजरात है और कच्छ का एरिया है वो अभी तक मतलब जो 6 जुलाई तक का वार्निंग है उसमें नहीं है, तो क्या उसके आगे हम उम्मीद कर सकते हैं कि नॉर्थ गुजरात, सेंट्रल गुजरात और कच्छ में भी बारिश रह सकती है, अच्छी उम्मीद कर सकते हैं?
अभी तो आपको इंश्योर्ड है कि साउथ गुजरात एंड सेंट्रल गुजरात, ठीक है, साउथ एंड सेंट्रल गुजरात में अच्छा बारिश होगा। एंड जब भी कोई लो प्रेशर सिस्टम डेवलप होता है नॉर्थ वेस्ट बे ऑफ बंगाल पे, जो हम एक्सपेक्ट कर रहे हैं, ऑलरेडी साइक्लोन सर्कुलेशन है, तब इसका डिस्टेंट इफेक्ट होता है गुजरात के ऊपर। गुजरात में बारिश बढ़ जाता है। सो गुजरात रेनफॉल विल इंक्रीज फॉर नेक्स्ट 1 week. And as the low pressure system will move inward towards Madhya Pradesh, North Gujarat also will get rain. It will depend upon how strong will be that low pressure system and how much in it will be. I am expecting that it will move, and again the Gujarat also will be covered. Gujarat also will have, entire Gujarat will have good rainfall activity. But initially it will be south and central Gujarat. Afterwards it will be the North Gujarat. Yes. Beyond 6th also it will get rain.
सर दिस इज
क्योंकि
संदीप
सर
दास फ्रॉम
उत्तर भारत में एक वेस्टर्न डिस्टर्बेंस भी आ रहा है, तो इससे लेकर कोई इम्पेक्ट हो सकता है क्या, जो लो प्रेशर आ रहा है सिस्टम उसके?
वो तो टू अर्ली है, क्योंकि अभी वेस्टर्न डिस्टर्बेंस जो आ रहे हैं और इफ दे विल बी इन फेज विथ ईच अदर ओवर नॉर्थ वेस्ट इंडिया, देन रेनफॉल एक्टिविटी इंक्रीज होता है ना। सो इट इज टू अर्ली टू से अबाउट दैट, मगर बी श्योर दैट देयर विल बी इंक्रीज इन रेनफॉल एक्टिविटी ओवर गुजरात, वेयर मॉनसून हैज बीन डिलेड सो फार. There will be increased rainfall activity, especially we have given red color warning also. So people should be prepared to face with the extremely heavy rainfall activity, more than 20 centimeter, 25 centimeter rainfall may be there during that period. There could be thunderstorm activity, lightning activity, gusty winds may be there. So we should be prepared for that.
सर दिस इज संदीप दास
Abubakar from Informist Media. So
Yes, ma'am.
just want a clarification on Indian Ocean dipole. So you said that some models indicated turning positive in September, right? So does that mean that September rainfall will be better than July?
So that forecast we have not given what will rainfall in September, but you can articulate or you can speculate. Okay. So negative impact of the El Nino will be countered to some extent by the Indian Ocean dipole in September, if it becomes positive, or in August. So it's showing in the second half of the maybe most of the models are showing there could be improvement. So it may so happen certainly in the month of September, it will be positive Indian Ocean dipole, which will counteract the adverse impact of the El Nino conditions. And hence the rainfall may be better, but I have not given you the forecast of rainfall. That will come up by the end of August.
सर दिस इज संदीप दास फ्रॉम फाइनेंशियल एक्सप्रेस.
Yes, Sandeep.
Sir, just to clarify that 99.6 millimeter in June, this is the driest since 2014. Like, if you had the
You can say yes.
Oh, how was the 2014? Sorry, we just flipped to that slide.
I don't have slide yet present.
But will present. But this is driest since 2014.
That is his earlier highest departure has been 47%. Okay. So details we can provide you. I will request Dr. Srijit to provide you the details.
And when you say 94% below, that means it's a below normal range, not a deficit range.
See, in our long range forecast, we have kept only 3 categories: normal, below normal, above normal. We have no such definition of deficient or excess rainfall. Therefore, I cannot tell you. When I say below normal, that is less than 94%. Normal is defined plus minus 6%. That means 94% to 106% of the long period average in the month of July is called as normal rainfall. So prediction is that rainfall will be less than 94% long period average. So whether it will be 92 or whether it will be 90, that we have not told. So this is the limitation of the model. Yes.
Hello, sir.
Hi, sir. Vijay
Sir,
from Mint.
Yes, Vijayji.
Actually, sir, I just want to learn from your side. You said July likely to be, 94% deficit.
No, I have
Sorry,
not told
below,
that.
below,
No.
sorry.
Uh,
Yeah, got it. So, 94%. So, when was the last time you predicted similar for July?
मुझे रिसर्च करना पड़ेगा. I don't have the data at present.
Okay, sir.
hello, sir. Vaibhav from
That
ETG
is
India.
Kalyan from Deccan.
Sir, as you mentioned, in July, the Vidarbha will receive the above normal rainfall. Sir, how much possibility the Marathwada receive also?
Adjoining areas of Marathwada, I told. Adjoining areas of Marathwada. Eastern Vidarbha and adjoining areas of Marathwada will have normality over normal rainfall activity. But main part or major part of Marathwada will have below normal rainfall.
Okay, yeah, thank you.
Hi, sir. Ganesh from BBC
Sir, this
Marathi.
Kalyan from Deccan Herald.
Yes, Ganeshji.
Yeah. So last year, Maharashtra has seen very heavy rain in a short span of time. So will there be any similar chances this year as well, where there will
Yes,
be
yes,
heavy?
yes. Certainly, you see, last 2 days, there has been, not yesterday, I'm talking day before yesterday, and previous to that, there has been heavy to extremely heavy rainfall activity in Konkan and adjoining Madhya Maharashtra. And that occurs, even if you have got a below normal rainfall prediction, there will be certain days when you will have extremely heavy rainfall activity. That cannot be ruled out. It is proved also. There are studies. So we should be prepared for that.
Sir, this is Kalyan
Am
from
I
Deccan
clear?
Herald.
बोलिए कल्याण जी.
Sir, do you have the June rainfall figure for 2009 and 2015?
Yes, it is there. I'll tell you, Dr. Sridhi, to share you. Earlier, Sandeep was asking about 2014, then you told 2009. We can share.
Yeah, 9 and 15, the two previous.
Not only 9, 15, everything
Yes,
will
sir.
share.
I will share, sir. In media group, I will share.
You share all the data 1951 onwards. Huh?
Yes.
Sridhi.
Yes.
So this is Jacob from the Hindu.
Yes, Jacob.
So a question about the IOD. So what the Australia Bureau of Meteorology model seems to be showing some positive IOD development. Now, is that during August and September? And if it is just for that, because there was also some report suggesting that this positive IOD can mean a 97, 98 like El Nino situation, that despite El Nino we got near normal rains in India. So is that a reasonable expectation during this time, or do you think the IOD will remain neutral and not really help counter El Nino?
See, Raghavji, I thank you very much for raising the issue. Yes, 97 it happened so that we got good rainfall activity or positive side rainfall was there, even if it was El Nino conditions, and positive Indian dipole helped it. But that is the only year, if you look at the history,
yes,
it has become so much, irrespective of the strong El Nino conditions, we got good rainfall activity. So certainly that has proved. After 1997, all this research came out, and we proved that yes, positive Indian dipole can have. But if I compare the whole of positive Indian dipole and El Nino, certainly El Nino is like a big brother. Okay. And this year, yes, we are expecting positive Indian dipole. Many models are suggesting. Of course, monsoon mission forecast system is not suggesting positive Indian dipole. It is suggesting neutral Indian dipole. And if at all it develops, it will develop yes, towards the end of August or in the August and September. And certainly, it may help rainfall activity. But whether it will compensate the deficit, that we do not know. We cannot tell now. We can give prediction of rainfall activity only in the end of August for September or in the end of July for the month of August. We will provide for total August and September rainfall forecast also by end of July.
Okay.
But at present, we do not have the forecast.
So, and just one more question. You're saying that the next few days in July is good rainfall because of a low pressure, etc. But July's overall forecast is less than 94%. So that then logically means that after this first 7 or 10 days, we are likely to see fairly deficient or poor rainfall mostly, right?
Not like that. We have to below normal rainfall. That doesn't mean that, say, less than 94%. And I am telling you that up to say 10 days, there is good rainfall activity. But July is the rainiest month. We get 28 centimeter of rainfall in the month of July. But positive thing is that the past 10 days rainfall in association with low pressure system will give copious amount of rainfall, and that will be very helpful for the paddy-like crops.
Yes.
Because paddy-like crops need copious amount of rainfall, especially in the central Indian region. And this low pressure area will give more rainfall in central India and the peninsular India. So therefore, it is a good sign. This will help in sowing and transplantation of the paddies.
Yes.
Apart from other seeds and other crops also. So even if you have got less rainfall towards second half of the July, but rainfall in first half of July will be favorable for your agriculture.
Okay.
हाँ
But the
नमस्कार सर
second
मैं
half,
अजय यादव बोल रहा हूँ
is a
संदेश
problem.
न्यूज गुजराती चैनल से
Otherwise, if it is opposite, for example, there is no rain in first half and more rain in second half, then impact could have been different. Impact more, adverse impact will be more. But the first half, you have good rainfall activity, it will certainly help in sowing and transplantation.
Okay, thank you, sir.
हाँ नमस्कार सर मैं अजय यादव बोल रहा हूँ संदेश न्यूज गुजराती चैनल से
हाँ बोलिए अजय जी।
वही मंथली गुजरात के लिए भी बता दीजिए, जैसे आपने बिलो नॉर्मल तो बोला मतलब ऑल ओवर इंडिया के लिए, लेकिन गुजरात के लिए क्या रहेगा टेम्परेचर वाइज भी और बारिश वाइज भी?
वैसे मैं बता चुका हूँ, गुजरात में भी ये बिलो नॉर्मल रेनफॉल एक्टिविटी प्रेडिक्शन हुआ है फॉर द मंथ ऑफ जुलाई, मगर कुछ ऐसे आइसोलेटेड पॉकेट्स होंगे जहां आपका नॉर्मल रेनफॉल भी हो सकता है। टेम्परेचर की बात करें तो सौराष्ट्र एंड कच्छ एरिया में टेम्परेचर नॉर्मल टू एबो नॉर्मल रहेगा, और गुजरात रीजन जो है वहां टेम्परेचर एबो नॉर्मल होगा। मिनिमम टेम्परेचर बात करें तो ये जो नाइट टेम्परेचर की रिप्रेजेंटेशन है वो ज्यादातर हिस्से में एबो नॉर्मल रहने का संभावना है, एक्सेप्ट कोस्टल एरियाज ऑफ सौराष्ट्र कच्छ वहां नॉर्मल हो। बारिश में बताया कि बारिश सामान्य से नीचे यानी बिलो नॉर्मल रेनफॉल मैनी प्लेसेस में होने का संभावना है, और कुछ ऐसे पॉकेट्स होंगे जहां नॉर्मल रेनफॉल हो सकता है।
और इधर एक हफ्ते का फोरकास्ट?
एक हफ्ते तो मैं बोल दिया, रेड कलर वार्निंग दिए हैं हम लोग।
रेड वार्निंग है?
यस, रेड वार्निंग दिए हैं, ऑरेंज वार्निंग दिए हैं। आप देख लीजिए, लास्ट स्लाइड में दिखा है। ऑफ कोर्स पीपीटी विल बी अवेलेबल इन द मीडिया ग्रुप एंड वी आर एक्सपेक्टिंग स्टिल हेवी रेनफॉल एक्टिविटी।
ठीक है सर, ठीक है,
स्पेशली बिटवीन 2nd and 5th जुलाई।
लेकिन पहले 3rd and 4th आपकी तरफ से था गुजरात के लिए।
हाँ, मैंने रेनफॉल शुरू हो जाएगा ना 2nd से ज्यादा, ठीक है। मैक्सिमम पीक एक्टिविटी में भी 3rd and 4th।
ठीक है सर, थैंक यू।
थैंक यू
सर। नमस्कार, दिस प्रतीक फ्रॉम ब्लूमबर्ग न्यूज। आई जस्ट
बोलिए प्रतीक जी।
Sir, this focus is basically, this below rain focus is mainly because of El Nino. We can say that, right?
Yeah, El Nino is a major factor, but not the only factor.
Okay, yeah.
So, if I look at the impact in the month of June, for example, you got good rainfall activity in Rajasthan, adjoining Punjab, Haryana, and West Madhya Pradesh. And this rainfall activity occurred because of the western disturbance, not because of El Nino.
Okay.
And if it had been because of El Nino, then this region should have got less rainfall activity. In El Nino years, usually Southwest India gets less rain, but it got good rain because of the other sources like western disturbance. So like that, it is a major factor, you can say, but not the only factor. There could be intra-seasonal variation with the development of low pressure system. For example, now first week of July, there is development of low pressure systems, and which will give good rainfall activity. So, for example, if this number of systems develops more frequently, then it will dominate over the adverse impact of the El Nino. So, intra-seasonal variation, development of low pressure systems are the other factors. Then development of Mrutyunjay oscillation also another factor. Then interaction and the development of western disturbances also third factor. So all these together decide the strength of monsoon. Apart from there are also regional features like say heat low over Pakistan that is heating, and then Tibetan anticyclone circulation, then tropical easterly jet. So many factors are also there to decide the strength of monsoon.
Okay, sir. Sure. Thank you. Thanks, sir.
Sir, exactly how much July rainfall is percentage term? You said
No, percentage forecast we are not giving.
33% will be total monsoon basically. Out of July rain will be how much after 4 months rain?
Oh, no, climatology you are talking of. It is 28 centimeter out of 87 centimeter.
Acha.
Seasonal force 4 months total is 87 centimeter, and July rainfall is 28 centimeters.
Okay.
So thank you very much. Anyone else wants to ask anything? Okay, so if not, then thank you very much for your kind cooperation, support, and getting out the message from IMD to the last mile and helping the disaster managers and stakeholders to mitigate the adverse impact of various types of severe weather events and in large scale the impact of monsoon. So thank you very much. We appreciate your role, and we'll work together, and we'll meet again towards the end of July. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Yes, sir. Thanks.
Thank you, sir.